Come nearer. Let the noise dim like evening light on water. I am here, and I am speaking softly, so your heart must lean in to hear. I have watched the way you hide your courage, not from vanity, but from a world that measures only what it can count. Your faith has not made headlines, yet it has moved mountains inside rooms no one visited. I see it. I always have. There were mornings when you rose before the household woke, your prayer a thin thread running through the dark. No one applauded that thread, but I held it with you, and together we pulled daylight over tired shoulders. There were nights when you tucked your questions beneath the pillow and slept with tears drying on your face. Even then, your heart turned toward me like a sunflower in the dark, memorizing the direction of light it could not see. I have seen you choose truth when lies offered an easier path. I have seen you step back from arguments you could have won to protect a fragile peace. You thought those moments were small and forgettable. They were not. They were altars built without stone, places where mercy learned your address. I keep record of such things, not to accuse you, but to crown you with quiet honor. Listen. The world will ask for proof, for spectacle, for certificates stamped by public praise. But I do not consult the noise for evidence. I read the footnotes of your life, the margins where you wrote yes in pencil when pen felt too final. I read the pauses where you did not retaliate, the hours where gratitude wrestled your fear and won by a whisper. I see the faith nobody else sees, and it has never been small to me. You have asked whether your faith counts if it trembles. Hear me. Courage that shakes can still stand. The leaf trembles because the tree is rooted in wind. The leaf remains because the roots are in earth. I do not measure you by the absence of tremble, but by the direction of your leaning. When you lean toward me, even with shaking hands, your faith writes a sentence over the storm that the storm cannot erase. I know the calculations you make in silence, the budgets of time and energy, the decisions to forgive when memory suggests another accounting. You insert mercy into columns that argue against it, and you walk away lighter. Who sees that ledger but me? Yet every line becomes a song I will teach to those who come after you, a melody that sounds like kindness breathing. Do not despise the obscurity that trained you. Hiddenness is where sincerity grows unbothered by mirrors. In secret places, your yes has learned endurance. Your hope has learned to walk without applause. Your love has learned to navigate rooms where no one thanks it. These are not wasted lessons. They are the architecture of a life I can trust with greater rooms. I have watched you carry small obediences like lanterns. You think their light fades by noon, but light never dies in my economy. It travels, it finds forgotten corners, it rests on faces you will never meet. The world may count influence by followers. I count it by fidelity. You have been faithful in little. That phrase will never be an insult in my mouth. It is the doorway to much. There were times when you wondered if I noticed the apology no one heard, the apology you carried to me because the person was far or the moment was gone. I noticed. I noticed when you returned to a conversation in prayer and repaired it with humility. I noticed when you blessed someone who had already left the room of your life. I noticed the slow courage of reconciliation even when reconciliation cannot be seen. You think I am impressed by platforms. Child, I built mountains with a whisper. I am moved by trust. When you held my word against the rumor and chose the word, when you carried my promise like a seed in winter, when you said I believe while your voice sounded like a question, these moments were not weaknesses to me. They were worship. I am teaching you to relax into my regard. Let your shoulders lower. Feel the relief of not curating your worth. When no one claps, I do not become deaf, and when applause is loud, I do not become confused. I know you. I know the hours that built this hour. Walk with the quiet weight of someone fully seen by love. I have placed testimonies inside you that are still ripening. You will speak them in rooms you have not entered yet, and people will feel permission to breathe again. Not because you will speak loudly, but because you will speak truly. Truth does not need to shout when it is carried by peace. Your faith is not a spotlight, it is a window. Through it, others will see me more clearly. Keep the glass clean with confession. Do not polish it with perfectionism. That only distorts. Honesty lets light in without theater. Humility keeps fingerprints from becoming the story. You have asked how to endure another season of waiting. Endurance is not gritting your teeth. It is holding my hand while we walk. Let your pace be shaped by companionship, not comparison. I set your rhythm by love, not by hurry, and love has never been late. If this gentle word finds you, like, comment, share, subscribe, so others can be strengthened and you can stay with these quiet messages of faith. I see when you choose to bless the project you wanted to lead. I see when you share credit and take responsibility. I see when you return shopping carts, when you write thank you notes, when you learn names and use them kindly. Do these things alter the cosmos? Yes, they alter you, and you alter rooms, and rooms alter cities in ways you may never plot on graphs. When the critic inside you grows loud, invite me to speak first. I do not flatter and I do not flay. I tell you the truth with a tone that heals. I will correct what needs correcting the way a gardener trims for fruit, not the way a storm breaks branches. Trust the difference. My pruning is an investment, not a punishment. There will be days when your yes feels smaller than the towering need around you. Offer the yes anyway. Little loaves and small fish still feed multitudes when I bless them. Obedience is not the entire meal. It is the ingredient that multiplies. Bring me what you have. Bring it consistently. I am not testing your math. I am teaching you mine. When you pray for those who wounded you, you are not excusing what was wrong. You are refusing to rent your future to an old landlord. Forgiveness releases the deed from bitterness so I can build new rooms in your heart. I see these deeds signed in the quiet, and I reward them with space where joy can breathe again. Do not hide your joy to make sad rooms comfortable. Joy is not a boast. It is a testimony that hope survived the night. Wear it gently. Share it freely. Let your gladness become a shelter, not a spotlight. The meekness of your celebration will teach others that delight and humility can keep company. You have been tempted to audition for worth in places that never learned to value souls. Step away from those stages. Come sit with me where worth is gift, not wage. When you live from gift, you stop competing with those you were born to bless. You become impossible to manipulate by scarcity. Practice the small liturgies that kept you human. A deep breath before answering. Water before more coffee. A short prayer before a long meeting. Stepping outside to remember sky. These are not superstitions. They are doors back to awareness. I wait at such doors because I enjoy your company. Some will not understand why you choose the narrow path. They will call your boundaries pride and your devotion excess. Do not argue. Fruit will answer for you over time. Quiet fruits wear crowns no committee can award. Peace that sleeps deeply, kindness that does not burn out, patience with a smile still attached. You have feared that your tenderness is a liability. It is not. In my hands, tenderness is steel with a velvet handle. It lets you carry weight without cutting those you carry. It lets you speak truth without scarring. It lets you stay human in rooms where performance tries to turn people into props. I have not ignored the questions you laid down because answers felt heavy to lift. I keep them safe. I send wisdom at the right hour, braided with timing, wrapped in context, arriving like light slipping under a curtain. When it comes, you will nod and say, "Of course." Until then, walk with me and borrow my peace as often as you need. I see the prayers you stopped praying because disappointment taught you new caution. Bring them back. Let us look at them together. I will not scold your self-protection. I will lead it to rest. I will show you how hope can be brave without becoming naive, how trust can be wise without becoming closed. I see how you celebrate others while you wait for your own harvest. This is not pretending. It is prophecy. Celebration says, I believe the orchard is real even when my tree is still learning spring. Keep celebrating. Your joy for them does not spend your portion. It stretches your capacity to receive. I see the questions you ask that are not fashionable. Am I gentle enough? Am I honest when no one watches? Do I bless those who cannot repay? These questions are doors to greatness in my kingdom. Keep asking them. Let them tutor your ambition until your ambition looks like service and feels like rest. I see you learning to leave rooms without slamming doors. This is maturity. It does not deny pain. It refuses to weaponize it. Such exits are not weakness. They are leadership. They protect your future from the mold of resentment and leave a window open for reconciliation when wisdom permits. I see the way you adjust your pace for people who walk slower. This kindness makes time holy. You cannot patent it or post it for applause, but heaven writes it down. Heaven writes down every cup of cold water given without an audience.